Hey Yugi, Dog Magician of Team Sorcerers here, and welcome back to What If Wednesday. And this one is another request by Dark Magic Couple 1985, and we're going to be discussing what if Yugi kept the Egyptian gods after defeating Atem in the final duel of the original series instead of Atem taking them to the afterlife. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure how much would change, really, considering that that was the series finale. I mean, I don't know if... I was going to say I don't know if Yugi would know the ancient chant to summon Ra, but I think he probably would afterwards, considering Atem recited the chant in front of him. But yeah, it depends whether or not Yugi would be able to control the gods. He might be able to, but then again, would he even use them? I mean, it's unlikely. Maybe he would if he and Kaiba ever duelled again. But who knows? They definitely would be on display with Yugi's deck when the deck goes on tour. Of course, more security would probably be needed, considering these are... only one copy of them exist in the entire world. But whether or not that would deter Dimitri from even stealing the deck, that's another matter. But I feel like that probably would still happen, since obviously the security guys didn't do a good job in the original GX timeline. So yeah, Dimitri would end up being more dangerous with the Egyptian gods in hand, but it's unlikely that they'd be summoned, especially considering he might not be able to control them, since Yugi once said that only certain duelists can use the gods. Then again, that didn't deter, what was his name? Jeremiah, the guy with the warrior deck. Yeah, I don't think the gods would come into play. But if any of them did, that will put Jaden in an awkward spot. And then it would... if there was a god card put into play and Jaden overcame it, it's unlikely we'd get that episode where Franz made an appearance and used a duplicate of Ra. It would just basically be repeating the same story in a way, and I'm not sure the writers would want to do that. But I don't know, it really does depend on whether or not little Yugi would even use them after that duel. I'd say it's unlikely, and he would probably have them stored and locked away somewhere, like in a safe, where nobody would use and abuse their power again. Yeah, it would be too big of a risk. yeah, more security measures would have to be taken after Raphael, Alistair, and Valen, that was it, Valen stole them. Yeah, Yugi and Solomon would have to get a rock-solid safe to put them in, and then it would be a case of no one must ever know that little Yugi still has them. And considering the amount of trouble they caused, like in Battle City and Waking the Dragons, but yeah, that basically sums up what would happen if little Yugi kept the God cards. It would go one of those two ways, for sure. And yeah, that pretty much sums that up. Thanks for watching.